Sorry for that extremely abrupt cutoff last time. My power went out. I think I managed to salvage the recording, so it shouldn't be too bad. Uh, but if there is anything missing that needs to be covered, there's going to be subtitles on the screen describing the part that got missed. Thanks, future me. Anyway, we were going looking for coral puffs, I think. Had I finished hunting these? I think I had. Where? Let's pick them. No? Was that a different class? Am I going mad? I was hunting those like a second ago, right? Oh, it's in the Grand Company thing, isn't it? Yeah, it was. Okay, cool. Wait, are all of the Grand Company targets beastmen? Okay, not entirely, but almost entirely. That's a little fucked. Alright, let's continue with Archer, I guess, for a bit. Fine. Okay. I'll wait for my health to replenish, and yeet! Gonna wait here quietly to not pull aggro from anything. Alright, there we go. Oh. So we've got above and beyond on this one. Alright, how to wait out the paralysis. I do appreciate that, unlike in Pokemon, paralysis is a volatile status effect and will go away on its own. Well, I guess there aren't really any non-volatile status effects in this. I guess Doom kind of is, because, like, it'll kill you before it goes away. But that seems like a cop-out. Oh no. Okay. What? How are you here? Sorry, that reflex is probably inexplicable to someone who's not particularly well versed with Final Fantasy. Tomberries are hilariously deadly, and that one is gigantic. Okay, I'm just gonna get on a chocobo and just run past and hope it leaves me alone. Don't mind me, sir, with your knife as big as my torso. Okay, it appears I was not pursued. Whoo boy. That was scarier than it had any reason to be. Tomberries are these little green dudes in loose-fitting cloaks, and they've got a lantern and a knife. And in the turn-based Final Fantasies, every turn they wouldn't really do anything. They just sort of shuffle a little bit closer, and then shuffle a little bit closer, and then shuffle a little bit closer. And after some number of turns, usually 3 or 4, they'll stab you! And you'll die immediately. So they're kind of that, like, implacable horror movie villain vibe. Alright, Tetaroon, I've retrieved whiskers. I think you were going to make, like, liquor out of it? Tetaroon make firewater for Booskaroon. You bring thingies Tetaroon need? Yes. You brought all thingies. Tetaroon make firewater now. Make good firewater for good Booskaroon. Tetaroon start making firewater now. Good firewater take time. More time, more good. You come back later. Okay. Oh, is later now? I guess later is now. Tetaroon make firewater. Good firewater. You take to Booskaroon. Good firewater for good Booskaroon. Tell Booskaroon no drink now. Tell put away 1 year. 1 year makes best flavor. Tetaroon hopes Booskaroon happy. Tetaroon gives Booskaroon thankies. Many thankies. You tell Booskaroon. Tetaroon make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Make many sparklies. All thanks to good Booskaroon. It is kind of funny that they cannot pronounce his name. Like, I love all the assorted speaking quirks, so that is definitely one of them. But, it's like, yes, I owe this man my life. Can I pronounce his name? Not even remotely. This is a different recording session, so if I, for example, did a voice that I do not remember, and it is now different, it's because I don't remember it. I know that's kind of self-explanatory, but still. By the way, the only reason that I'm saying that they're mispronouncing the name is because it's spelled differently. Otherwise, if like that was something that happened in a cutscene, I'd be like, oh shit, I've been mispronouncing it. Hey there, Booskaroon. Got some firewater for you. You've returned. Thank you for seeing Tetaroon's belongings to him. What's this? For me? A foul brew that is made by tossing various items found in the wild, both live and dead, into a barrel of water, and letting the concoction ferment for a night under the warm sun. Weakworm firewater. So he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why, that old... bloody hells. Who's cutting onions back there? He says to shelve it for a year, does he? Aye, that sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. The stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's gonna be a long year. What say you come back then, friend? We'll see if we can't make it through this bottle together. Well, unfortunately, an endless amount of time may pass, but never quite a year. So, can't help you there. There was word while you were away. Sylphs were seen in the wood, but near no lands of their own. No, this was a place near to here, a place we've never known of Sylph to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far. More than like the missing Sylph Elders among them. Here, I've marked the tract where they were sighted on your map. Go to see if there's anything to be seen. You two do anything while I was gone? The Sylphs are known to avoid the South Shroud. What could have compelled the Sylph Elder to come here? But the question of motive must wait. Finding him is our foremost priority. With things relatively calm over in Little Solace, we can focus our search effort on this area. Buscarone is a good friend of ours, and there's no place like his for the latest gossip in the South Shroud. Alright. Let's start on this side and work our way around. Where am I looking? Over there? Okay. Destination. Oh no. Oh god. I'm being attacked by plants. Help! I feel like that destination was picked just so... Oh, no, there is a person here. It was like just so I get ambushed by hostile enemies. But they did put a Garly in here. Nothing here. What about over there? Nothing over here. What could it be? Oh gosh. Oh no. Okay, I'm not going to try to pick that fight because I'm not the right level for this fate. Even though that is a creature that I'm hunting, I'm supposed to fight them elsewhere. Elsewhere! Oh boy! Please stop shooting at me! Okay, you know what? Fine. Here, we're doing this, I guess. Okay, fine. You know what, if we're gonna do this as a fate, we might as well do it as the fate. Out of combat now. Please let me heal. Alright, once more into the breach. Like, worst case scenario, we just throw this down the drain for a minute and a half. But if we're lucky, we'll actually be able to clear the damn thing. Although, probably not, because I don't see any other guys. So, we'll just be able to get the hunting log entry. There you are. Not spawn quite fast enough, which is a shame, but we'll get pretty close. Oh, we still got some rewards for it. Around on this? Looks like I did. I saw someone saying that the Odin Fate spawned the other day. That's something I haven't done in a very, very long time, but it might be worth giving a shot just for the novelty. Although, if I'm gonna do this Ny'ardbert, I am nowhere near high enough level for it. Alright, so, reporting back to Rerun. We didn't find any Sylphs, but we did find some Garleans. Will you be able to come at? Nope. But so, was there ought to be found in the wood? What did you come to? Garleans? In this part of the Twelf's Wood? First Sylphs and now Garleans, and all in the same place. Cannot be mere coincidence. Might the Garleans be following the Sylphs? Tracking them or giving chase, mayhap? But no, not this far in the forest. The Whaler's spires are everywhere. Imperials could never have stolen past them all. How in the bloody hells could they... Unless someone guided them through. Someone who knew where the spires stand and when the Whalers watch. A Gridanian traitor. Bum, bum, bum. I got new pants. They're pretty similar to the old pants. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know, I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst. Someone who was aiding the Garleans? I think I may have identified our suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meat I could lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it. This lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help but putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I'm talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, Ny'ardbert, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it. And him, if it comes to that. Let's go do a murder. Man, this blood on our hands is getting real thick. Considering we are not even level 30. Hey, Laurentius. Can you not see him on patrol? Be gone. If you've business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. No, sir. Why can't these traitors just stay and be confronted like gentlemen? It's almost like they don't have respect for the rules of this sort of thing. They're not... Oh. Alright. Not long now. To think patrol routes and rations would fetch such a price. No more than I deserve, though. 'Tis little wonder the Empire has risen to such heights. If only the whalers paid men what they're worth. You! What did you... How long have you... Help! 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 Please come quick, my friends! It is I, Laurentius! I am under attack! Hello, single Garlean soldier. Good. How did you... You just... I know nothing. I was on patrol. He just appeared. I thought you were working for the Garleans. Sure, buddy. Also, I do like whoever that mysterious masked man was who decided to absolutely obliterate that Garlean for us. Oh, hey. Small world. If we actually followed the quests for Archer all the way through, this is the guy who teaches you to become a bard. So that's pretty neat. Alright, no more running, Laurentius. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough! Enough, I say! It's over, then. Aye, I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I. I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. The whalers are good. Strong. I was proud to join their ranks. I am proud, but they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty, but in the end it's those with money who do as they will. Who live as they will. So I sought an opportunity to change my fortunes and took it. All I've done for money. Endangered myself, my home, everything and everyone I love. Now my actions put your life in danger too. Though you do not yet realize how much. Bloody idiot. Did you imagine that you had cornered me? It is not I who is cornered. Garlands! I brought the Makote bastard! Permit me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe they could challenge the power of Garlemald? Most of them. You need a veritable mountain of gil to fund such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power. Or of making it. Or of remaking it, as we will Gridania. So that's the way of it. Swapped your out bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in Garlemald, did ye? You there, Makote. You stand here at Old Boosk's wish, no? Then you don't stand alone. You mean to stand against the might of the Empire with this red-belly rabble at your side? Your eyes betray your words, coward. You know full well the whalers fear the wasp's sting. The whalers fear the wasp's sting. That is a hell of a phrase. Tongue twisters. Some more health bars. Oh, there they are. Oh, the coral claws are here too. Hell yeah. I got that. Oh, okay. He's healing himself. I should probably focus on the others. How has it come to this? Impossible. How did you pass the Empire's finest? And with bandits and poachers at your side. They were your sworn enemies. Why do they fight with you and not against you? But I know the answer only too well. Buscarone, this is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act. Better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? I'm sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies, no more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There's something I would like you to tell Buscarone. Tell him Laurentius the Fool says thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted from before my eyes. I hope we passed our insight check and he actually does go, because it'll be pretty silly if we went through that whole thing and then just let him walk away. But the power of friendship triumphs once again. Aye, Laurentius confessed to his crimes. I just had word from the Twin Adder. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the Whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania is too big a job for one man. He came to believe that he couldn't make a difference. It was hopeless. There are few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference. Just not on his own. Somehow he'd failed to grasp one simple truth. Those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Yeah? He asked you to thank me, did he? And there's good in him yet. I just hope them of the Adder's Nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I'd like to think he's afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Ny'ardbert. The Sylph Elder has been found. Oh? Oh, you finally moved. It's taken us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. Ahem. His name is Phrixio, and he is the eldest among the Sylphs of Little Solace. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. Yes, he's like a bridge between us and them. A small, leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment. And bridges are of no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's so important that we find him. God damn it, Ida. There's an abandoned dungeon called the 1,000 Maws of Toto Rock here in the South Shroud. Just by the entrance to the place the Phrixio was seen. And not long ago, neither. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking Ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help to help Elder One. Poor Phrixio. Poor Phrixio. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong, nice and slow. Elder One went into Toto Rock, but has not returned. This one is worried. So very, very worried. And you're right to be. That place fair crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What in the seven hells was he thinking entering that bloody death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial Ones were chasing Elder One. Please, Walking Ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One now. Ah, the fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Phrixio is our best hope of reaching an accord with the Sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far will have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds. Ida, make haste to the Adder's Nest and request assistance. Understood. Ny'ardbert, go to the 1,000 Maws of Toto Rock and see that Phrixio comes to no harm. Peace between man and sylph rests upon your success. Oh, it's that guy again. Thank you, Thuggin Mclovin. Oh. Oh! Here, I will give you some grapes. 11 grapes. Thank you. Slide. The community of this game is fantastic. Still chasing me? Bud, you're one persistent plant. Oh, okay. They finally decided to leave now. Cool. Alright, whatever. By order of the Elder Seedseer, the dungeon known as the 1,000 Maws of Toto Rock has been placed under the control of... What? The Sylph Elder is inside? And you're sure of this? How in the seven hells did he manage to sneak by? God strike me down for a purblind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Toto Rock is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you are ready. Alright. Let's go, I guess. I'm going to take a brief break here, and then when we come back, we will be headed into the Thousand Maws. Alright, let's go. Fellow adventurers, once more to the Bleach. An ill wind blows through here. Let's hurry and be about our business. Good thought, Scion Conjurer. I do wish they gave you names, even if they were just like filler names. Oh, I need to put on my tank stance. There we are. Looks like my healer is not quite powerful enough and my gear is not quite good enough to be able to just like blow through big groups in this one. Probably a little under geared since I'm trying to get so many classes at the same time. See if we can do two groups. Healer, please? Okay, close. Oh boy, this is gonna be cutting it close. Look at this guy. Okay, cool, we got this. Alright, it is doable, but I probably should make sure I have one of my cooldowns available for it. Almost let me do it. Alright, first baby boss. Careful, everyone, it bears poison. Yeah, I could have told you that. I remember this was one of the first, like, actual, like, real tough fights for a healer back in 2.0. Because you had to be real careful, because you could, oh, they changed it. It used to be that you could Asuna off Asuna being the remove status effects spell, you could Asuna off the poison. And if you Asuna it off the party members that aren't a tank, great, that they aren't getting ticked down, it makes your job easier. But if you Asuna it off the tank, that would trigger the AI of the boss to reapply it to everybody, which means that you would be basically undoing your work. Dungeon seedling. Oh, it's a crafting material. I thought it might have been the minion, which would have been fun. What was my weapon? Is this good? Oh yeah, that's totally good. Watch out. This is also one of the dungeons that the rework, like, significantly stripped down. First time around, this was, like, sort of labyrinthine, with a whole mechanic based around these, like, energy cells that you have to go find and collect and use them to get through doors. And now it's more or less a straight line until near the end. Like, I'm not saying that the old version was better, because like, it had some issues, but I feel like they might have gone a little too far in that direction. Alright, here you are, same guy again. So you'll use it now in the middle of the fight against this thing, but you won't use it against the last boss in Antara? What's this eternal shade thing I got? Is it looking good? Not really. That does not live up to the cool name. It's not bad, but if you're gonna give me a piece of armor called Eternal Shade, it should be at least mildly edgy. First Spear Idol, Totorock Expedition Notes 3, I missed 2. Dynamite Infestation confirmed. Scores of eggs on the verge of hatching beyond our means to deal with. Aborting mission, subsequent parties beware. Hey, hey, get over here. I'll just take a closer look later. It seems like the Scion Lancer actually has slightly different animations than I do. I wonder if that's like a gender thing, or if it's just like that the NPC has different stuff. Because like gender doesn't have any like stat differences in this, but it does occasionally have some aesthetic stuff. Funny, you'll see that occasionally I'll try to like line up the enemies in a certain way. That isn't for any reason, basically. It used to be that this was in a cone in front of you, and so I would try to like adjust them so that they're all in a cone in front of me, but now it's just AoE all the way around me, and I consistently forget that. Alright, final boss time. Oh.
Darkness.
Elko, Hidra Buglo Hans. Seastapon Rajiadorn. Thuggin Mclovin. Torsan Opaiki. Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am Ny'ardbert of the Asians, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The dark minions.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
Oh, this guy's got a little more oomph behind his magic. Hey there, bud. Why did you stand away in? Sorry. The thaumaturge says that tail looks like trouble. Yeah, and that seems like an accurate description. Get over here. You over here. Attack the tail. Alright. Alright, hit him as hard as you can. You like hitting that with a brick, Scion Lancer? Nah? Alright. No worries. Oh, hell yeah, there we go. Arm's Length is one of the, I don't want to say better mitigation abilities, but like one of the ones I like most. Because it has two effects. One is that it makes you immune to knockbacks, or at least most of them. which means that you can sort of like pop that and then ignore some of the things that would like knock you off a platform or something like that. And the second thing it does is against like normal enemies, it gives them an attack speed slow when they hit you. So you could run into a big group, pop that, and then they'll all hit, and it'll basically like lower the damage per second coming in at you by just lowering the number of attacks, even though the number of enemies is pretty big. Oof. Finally, fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, Sinister One is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanish the many-legged one? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of these ones of little solace. Alpha Squad reporting, sir! Nothing of note at Lark's Call, sir! Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all, where's that accursed icon hiding? No sign of our wizened friend. I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order that the search perimeter be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians to our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Loath I am to admit it, I found no evidence to suggest that Rama will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a Sylph, I would strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the Sylphs we captured? A handful of them seemed to be in reasonably good health when last I looked. Apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion? Were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. They are so close to completion, I could fair taste it, but at this rate... No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Ah, yes. Though it means bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility, if not we? In that alone were you right, Garland. But your star is long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise, and it shall burn so bright that Lord von Balser's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certainly... Those walking ones did for... That is what I said, okay. Those knocking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears that other taken ones also suffer the same fate. This one is convinced. Walking ones have black hearts. seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noroxia. Do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? Oh, this one would know. What brings walking one to this place? I was looking for you, actually. Come to this one's rescue at Noroxia's bidding, then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Rama, and this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When walking one is ready, please come and see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then it is settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. Alrighty. Apparently it's time to report back to Buscaron. Ah, you're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder is well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Phrixio didn't come to any harm. Ah, but there I go, tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with the Sylphs before aught else befalls us, eh? Rest assured I'll send word to our friends of Charlian and the Twin Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lad, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers in so doing. Be sure and come by whenever you feel like a drop of Queequern firewater. Let's get some heavy armor. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace. This Azema rose oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the Twelves wood with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridanian and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. That's very sweet. I don't know how I'm going to convey that in the, handful of words I'm allowed to say, but hopefully they will spot your poetry for what it is. Is East Shroud the one with the hut? It is. Okay. So let's mark there. Onward! I legitimately don't know how we transition from this to the next section. I know what the next section is. I do not remember, how we address it. Guess we'll see. shit. I went through thinking that I would just ignore them. But one, there's so goddamn many of them. And... oh, that is a dead end. I should not be running this way. Oh boy. Up-a-da. Oh. Alright, two can play that game. Oof. Through a good chunk of this storyline, you'll see me switching back and forth between classes just because, like, I don't want to waste all the experience that you tend to get from the MSQ, because they're worth a lot, but only, like, in reference to the levels that those quests are for. It'll also make for a smoother journey as we go, just so I can switch classes on the expansion and not have to spend a whole bunch of time getting them leveled up to get there. The ones I'm really worried about are Monk and Paladin, honestly, because those two both start at level 1 and need to be at 60 and 80 respectively for their expansions. Are they just, like, hanging out? How did this happen? Hey, you! Shoo! Shoo! There you go. See, there they go. Go away! Hey, Alexia. A gift from Walking One Booskaron? A gift for these ones? A fragrant oil pressed from freshly harvested Azema rose hips. Such a lovely scent! This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Booskaron and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many Walking Ones are scary. Many Walking Ones utter many lies and much deception. But this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. Aww. Alright, come up, Zio. Oh. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. Hello, I'm being fetched. Sorry, this one is being fetched. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Ny'ardbert. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the walking ones who aided Neroxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventure, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial Ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial Ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial Ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Toto Rock. Would that this one had not. In Toto Rock, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we came to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of Elder Seedseer. This one sees, so walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Rama. Plainly put, yes. Your people summoned the Lord 11 but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One Connie Senna. Be assured, like walking ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Rama to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but that was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Rama was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did know how. So this one fled to Little Solace with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Rama. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Rama. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Rama is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sylphs, Rama's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers. But what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered Sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Rama. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold. A timely reminder that the challenges proposed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the Sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One Kane Senna. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Rama to rest. That Sylph Elder's very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it's only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we'll be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this, and while we see to that, we should appreciate if you would deliver Frixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is the... no, that's Ida. The honor is this one's. Together let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One Ny'ardbert. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. Ooh. When these ones summoned Lord Rama, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these ones' trust. I got a Thunder Badge. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal this one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking Ones return to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not trouble, Touched Ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses Touched Ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touched Ones. Time to go use the emote function. Hell yeah. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. It just clicked with me without their purple and their cabbage. The normal ones are green cabbage and the tempered ones are purple cabbage. Ah, they're the Cabbage Patch Kids. I did in fact look. This one has not met such a kind Walking One in many moons. Walking One will return, yes? Return and make merry with these ones? Aw, yes. Eventually. I'm sure that the MSQ will bring me back here someday. Ah, if it isn't Ny'ardbert. How went the meeting with the Sylphs? Wow, there was like a whole thing, but I do have this. But basically, like, the Elder was kidnapped, and then we saved them, then there was an Ascian involved, and a big bug. A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Rama. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You've done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Check in like 4 expansions or so. Maybe we'll... No, probably not. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered us to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Benfilia.
Hello? Hello, Ny'ardbert, can you hear me? It is I, Benfilia. Ida and Papalimo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the Walking Sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person.
Alright, and away we go. Poof. Why did I not know? Oh, the Sunken Temple of Karn. Let's check in with the assorted guys. Hey, Biggs and Wedge, you're here. We haven't forgotten how you saved us, Ny'ardbert. Don't worry, Wedge and I may mean to repay the favor in kind.
I like it here. Safe, hidden, a bit dank and dingy perhaps, but I've known worse. Plus the receptionist was rather charming, don't you think?
Aw, Wedge's got a crush. That's cute. Anything going on over here? You two have anything to say? Oh man. This is how you know people are bros, that even when they're arguing, they're like weirdly in sync. Hey Arion J, what are you up to? Rama, beloved primal of the Sylphs, rooted is he in the laws of Eld, the stern arbiter of the forest. Legend hath it, this thunderous entity appeared in the guise of an elderly sage. Thus doth history oft speaketh of the old man of the wood. Hey, Brennan. Running any D&D? Merchants told me it was Brent that delivered their goods. Maybe if I wait a while, I'll come back with another shipment. The running gag of these three identical, like, merchant people with very similar names that are, like, presumably brothers trying to run into one another and never seeing two of them in the same place is very fun. Arnvald, how you doing? Alba neglects to mention that our allied forces suffered heavy casualties. The operation succeeded, but at great cost. An outcome like that, should we truly consider it a victory? Alba says we should, but I'm not so sure. What's up, Alba? They tell me you were instrumental in Ifrit's defeat. Bravo, Ny'ardbert, bravo! Perhaps you heard of my exploits. The Flames Knight struck a decisive blow against the Lizardmen by destroying and pillaging their stores of crystals. Aye, they won't be summoning their primal again anytime soon. Hey, Stroller. With the addition of the two engineers you rescued, the Waking Sands has become lively indeed. Were you aware that that entry to the Sands requires the fulfillment of certain conditions? One must either gain recognition from the Scions, or earn the approval of Tataru. Our Lalafellan clerk has quite a discerning eye for character. That is some trust you're putting on that person. Name's Ny'ardbert. I've taken up residence here for reasons I'd prefer not to delve into. I may not be of much use on the battlefield, but I know a thing or two about dealing with people. If you find yourself in a bind, you do well to avail yourself of my services. Are you? Wow, even you look younger. Sorry, I forgot this guy was here this early. At least, I think that's who it is, right? Yeah. Oh, hey, they found another one of their friends. Guess what, Ny'ardbert? We found our third man! 'Twas bleedin' Sotsflow. Bugger me, how could I ever forget about Sotsflow? Aye, the three of us was always together. I think. Once upon a time, I aspired to make my name as an adventurer. It all came crashing down that fateful day when I lost the man who led my party. The man who had won my heart. If I could not protect my love, how could I hope to protect my realm? I sunk to the depths of despair. Pathetic, is it not? Others may have come to join some great cause, while I'm here only because I have nowhere else to go. Oh, poor Leovan. That's the second time you've been, like, really down on yourself. I hope you get, like, some sort of resolution to that. Hi, Thancred. Traipsing around the woods is hardly my forte. 'Tis only fitting that those two would be the ones to assist you this time. Lest you harbor concerns about me and my idle hands, know that I will be busy conducting my own independent investigation while you entreat the Sylphs. See, you say that, Thancred, but I just finished with the Sylphs, and you're still using future tense on your investigation. Yeah, you go back to your cool person pose. I was supposed to talk to Tataru, who was out front. That's what I get for just walking past quest objectives.
Hello there, Tataru. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Ny'ardbert. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the Solar. Please enter at your leisure.
Thank you for that crucial step in this quest. Oh.
I'm given to understand that the matter of Rama has finally been resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim. Yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future.
Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me.
How fares the investigation?
Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. They are many and one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still.
I see. I have been meaning to ask, but is Alize quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days.
Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Alize has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldesian report will serve you well.
I take it we can proceed as discussed.
Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act.
It's good to see you again, Ny'ardbert.
Good to see you too. What's Captain Smug doing here? Thank you.
I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud.
With that, we can strike Rama from the list.
So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan?
The Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As for the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices. For a time, at least.
For a time. Bears repeating, we can ill afford to fall complacent.
It is as Y'shtola says. Unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows.
Any word on Titan?
That is not what we'll do.
The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend on it.
Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that have been active in the recent times, we are left with...
Gridania! Wait, I meant Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal, who live near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many malms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution.
She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief?
But one step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seat Seers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it.
So are we not going to talk about, like, the littlest senator who came visiting?
Is there something else, Ny'ardbert?
There's also, like, some crystals and shit, but...
Beg pardon. A man named La Habrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Asians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think... Eee! Tataru!
Oh! Hello there.
A Sylph in Thanalan? At long last, this one finds the walking one Ny'ardbert. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Neuraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neuraxia.
I guess the Sylphs are way more terrifying if they're, like, you-sized. Have you finished your mission as well? Ah, Ny'ardbert. Pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I am pondering how best to proceed. Wait, so then if we back in the solar? Okay, well, we're never going back in just yet. Bremen! Your brother was looking for you a minute ago. Wait a minute, I know you! The carriage into Gridania, right? It's me, Bremen! How the hell did you end up here, lad? Ah, never mind, you can tell me later. I gotta ask you something first. This might sound strange, but you haven't by chance seen a fellow who looks exactly like me. I'm looking for my twin brothers. See, and I heard they might have come through here. They could be dead for all I know. At least it feels like I've been chasing ghosts for an eternity now. Oh shit! We've got our FF16 Easter egg here, with the protagonist showing up super early. Man, can't believe no one thought of that in advance. All jokes aside, who the fuck are you, Clive? Greetings, Scion. I come on behalf of the students of Baldesion. You may address me as Clive. Is there some reason you're still here? Please carry on. I'm not here to see you. Wow, fuck you too, Clive. Well, there's 3 of them now pointing at one another dramatically. Or 2 of them are pointing dramatically. One of them seems to just be trying to, like, calm them down. Hello there, Y'shtola.
As you've As you've doubtless witnessed in your travels, the lands of Eorzea are gasping under the pall of a suffocating darkness. Why did they have so much trouble with that? I must wonder if it is this darkness that invites disaster, or simply that disaster has left such a gloom in its wake. One thing is for certain. Now is not the time to relax our vigilance.
I'm to meet with the antecedents soon to discuss a matter of great import. Abba thinks it's about my first official mission. I suppose it would be good if it was, yes? I mean, I'm not sure if I'm ready, but still. What's your deal, Abba? Masked man. I vaguely recall some Amalja ranted about something like that in the middle of a skirmish. Of course, I wasn't listening too closely on account of the fact their friends have tried to kill me. I don't mean to waste your time, friend, but that's the only thing that comes to mind. Hey, Neuraxia.
Walking ones from Ul'dah have not seen these ones before. This one knows. Still, must walking ones make such screaming sounds when seeing this one's face? This one cannot get a wink of rest.
Look, Neuraxia, I realize that this makes no sense to you, but you must try to be more discreet. Years ago, a law was enacted in Ulda whereby... Please just trust me and stay out of sight.
Neuraxia and I both wear a mask. We're going to get along famously, I just know it.
There are two types of Alamegans. Fools who wish to fight back but know not how, and cowards who've chosen to run from their worries. The young man over there is a striking example of the former. Me? I'm the latter, or couldn't you tell? Rerun. Knowest thou the import of the broken staff within the Solar? It fell from the grasp of Archon Louisoix, the man who, in his abiding love for all Eorzeans, shielded us against the storm of the calamity. The stars wheel across the heavens, and the skies brighten once more. The survivors gather, and ignite a fiery dawn to burn away the glowering shroud. Ah, but Destiny, thou art beautiful.
I'm starting to wonder if it's worth the hassle to prove who he was. I mean, maybe some folk would say, good on ye, mate, thanks for fighting to save Eorzea and whatnot. But I reckon most would ask what we've done for him lately, if not spit in our faces for allowing Bahamut to blow up half the goddamn world.
Oh.
Mclovin. In recent days, I've resumed my training. Idle hands make for idle minds, and painful memories are all too quick to resurface.
Does your training involve raking the ground? Because that's just stone. Leavin? I should tell them to keep an eye on Leavin. Hey, Orion J, can you like keep an eye on Leavin? She seems like she's not doing great. Alright, Biggs. If only Master Garland were still with us. He was a brilliant man, full of life and purpose, kind and generous. He taught us everything we know about engineering. But believe me, he could also be a very hard person to please. He would force us to completely rebuild devices if even a single flaw was discovered. I can only imagine what he'd say if he saw the tiny Bronco. People in masks cannot be trusted. But Biggs and I wear masks all the time when welding. Yes, that's exactly what we mean by that, Biggs and Wedge. Alright, Minfilia, let us discuss further.
Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged to the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Ny'ardbert, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding.
Okay, that seems like a good place to break an episode. Although, just a quick aside, this here is the stuff that they were talking about previously. Eagle-eyed people may recognize it from the trailer. Yeah, this seems like it is the end of an arc, and before we jump into the new one, might as well split episodes. So, I'll see you soon, and Ny'ardbert will return in Shadow of Darkness.